Hi guys, a very good afternoon and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. Today we are reviewing what happened in the past. We are going back to history to take a look on the Emmerson Mnangagwa plans for 2030. After the elections in 2023, Emmerson Mnangagwa was so sure that he has managed to become the president for another term. And he then started scheming, planning and everything else. We have seen the neutralization of the opposition. We have seen also Chamisa leaving the political space publicly. And then Emmerson Mnangagwa then was reported to be working on a scheme. This was said in February 2024 by my Jairus. He said, fellow Zimbabweans, very soon you will hear ZANU-PF officials saying that the people of Zimbabwe have resolved that ED should run for another term in office. They will say it is not ED Mnangagwa who wants, but you in the ZANU-PF provinces. This was discussed recently. So these are the issues which were happening, being planned at Chitogarwa Pasi. And some of the key people, the key protagonists, they were around 5 according to the sources, but I think they are now left as 4 of them. Then these people, they sit down, they plan about Vision 2030. This vision is a vision which has taken out VP Chiwenga out of the succession plan completely, and it's being worked by a much younger generation, but not very young. These are people between the ages of 60 and the ages of Emmerson Mnangagwa. These are the people who are sitting down to scheme on how to overrun the people of Zimbabwe, but they want to use Emmerson Mnangagwa as a pawn. So when we are dealing with these issues, a lot of people would think that we are joking here. No, we are not. We are informing the people of Zimbabwe before things happen so that we deal with these issues. So sometimes we take a look and critically take a look on everything which is raised by people we believe are somehow connected and somehow have the information. If you take a look on what is happening in Masvingo, I think I shared about the event of Masvingo this morning. That is a clear testimony and a clear indication of where we are going. Masvingo province has said something very important. Here is it. Emmerson Mnangagwa, the first thing is Masvingo province came and imposed Emmerson Mnangagwa. They started singing a song. Ngavarambe vachingotonga vaMnangagwa. That was the song. Then it was joined again by Harare, and it became a slogan. 2030 Mnangagwa vanenge vachiripo. Then from there, we have seen so much backlash and criticism. Emmerson Mnangagwa comes at a rally, and first and foremost he came and he said he doesn't have an intention to continue. But from there he went to Chikomba. In Chikomba, he made ministers do slogans. He forced them to do slogans. And these slogans were 2030 vanenge vachingotonga. Then he made a reversal of everything. He said, I didn't say that. I'm going to retire. I'm going to follow the processes. Then people are asking each other questions. ZANU-PF is adamant, saying, we have not discussed this issue. We have not dealt with this issue. We'll stick to the constitution. Blah, 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 blah. But we know ZANU-PF 2017 is a clear example of a coup which happened within ZANU-PF and within the nation itself. So we had a double coup, a coup in ZANU-PF and a coup in the nation Zimbabwe. So whatever which is happening right now, there is no sincerity from the team of ED Mnangagwa. These are not sincere people. These are not truthful people. So if you take a look on what this whole issue is about, this was said in February. Check the dates right here. This is a matter of February. Check the dates. Here are the dates right here. This is a matter of February. I've highlighted it. February 2024. So when you take a look right now, it's now happening. Masvingo province, 2 or 3 days ago, they've now publicly come and said, Mnangagwa said, I'm not going to participate further politically. I'm going to rest. But as the people, we are saying no. This is it. This is the position they have taken. And this will be the campaign of Mnangagwa ngarambe aripo kusvika zvanaka. This is the beginning of the actual campaign. This is going to take us to a point where somebody is going to push for an amendment in parliament, say that Emmerson Mnangagwa's term is extended. It is not going to be an issue of whether the people agree or not. People will go for a referendum. It will be a double referendum. I have seen Douglas Monzora explaining this issue, but it's very important for us to understand. The first thing is, people will go to a referendum to allow an extension of term to 7 years. Point number one. Point number two, people will go for a referendum to allow a president to run for 3 terms. So it will be 7 years, 3 or more terms. Then number two, another referendum. This is the first referendum of extending the term to 7 years and also to allow a president to run up to 3 or more terms. But here is the most important part. Another referendum shall be done again for the people to vote whether Emmerson Mnangagwa can, or whether the sitting president can benefit from the amendment yavanenge, which means if those 2 referendums pass, Emmerson Mnangagwa will then be officially there kusvika 2030. 2030 achisvika achasira waanenge ada probably mwana wake. You see, so from now up to 2030, if you count the years, it's a matter of preparing the ground, decimating enemies, decimating everybody, decimating and making sure that he creates a foundation and a place or space for whoever is going to succeed him, probably one of his family members. So this is something very important in Zimbabwe, which we need to understand at this point in time, to say this is a game, a long-term plan, which is being worked by Emmerson Mnangagwa. If you go back to history, we have a 2004 Cholocho declaration. Emmerson Mnangagwa denied anything to do with Cholocho declaration. But fast forward to 2017, what Emmerson Mnangagwa has been planning and scheming was fulfilled. But to do so, he had to take out a lot of key people. We have people who died mysteriously in between, allegedly because of this man. We have the border gazes. We have this guy, the Manyika, Elliot Manyika. We have the very critical people from ZANU-PF who mysteriously left us, including Baba Mjuru, the General Mjuru. So if you take a look onto this thing, it was a long-term plan which was being put in place. One of the days I will become. And whenever you see these things happening, then you have to understand the kind of people we are dealing with. These are people who scheme in advance. We have been working. When you see him appointing his sons to very key portfolios, it's not by coincidence or error. It's a matter of preparing a buffer of what they have looted so far. So these people have looted so far to an extent that they are now creating a buffer zone to make sure that nobody, no any other government will come in between, which will then hold them to account and hold them accountable. So when you take a look onto these issues, these are very important issues. These are discussions which are being done in secret, but not everybody is happy. Not everybody will be happy with the arrangements. That is the reason why you end up having that information coming out to the public. What do? We speak so that we find solutions. We need as a nation to have a conversation. We need to identify the problems and then find the solutions. The solution in Zimbabwe is to stop Emmerson Mnangagwa now. We have to make sure that we do whatever which is legal to stop Emmerson Mnangagwa now. If it means invoking Section 59, then we have to invoke it. If it comes with consequences, then we will need to face those consequences. We need a group of people which is going to say, guys, we have made a decision to stand, to defend, and to make sure that we correct things, we do things the right way. We need to have free, fair, credible elections. But we cannot wait for quite a long time now. with my connection right there. So if you take a look onto this one, it's a matter of making a decision as a people to say, what do we decide to do? How do we embark on it? How do we resolve it? How do we deal with it? So let us make sure that as a people, we agree. We put the constitution first, and we make sure that whatever we are going to do, we do it according to the laws of the nation, according to the laws of Zimbabwe. So this is it. I do not want to take much of your time, but these are the issues which have been happening, issues which are happening and which continue to happen. So we'll continue to watch, we'll continue to see what is going to happen next, but I believe that we need to continue to have this conversation. Thank you very much, Vusumuzi, Sinini, Petronella. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming. Let us meet in other episodes and other broadcasts. We'll continue to have a conversation about Zimbabwe.